The last ticket. It was a cold, freezing night in Chicago. Snow was falling continuously. People were rushing toward their homes. In that crowd, 16-year-old Jack Anderson was playing a guitar outside the bus station. His voice was beautiful, but people kept walking past without stopping. The entire day's earnings, just $18. Jack counted the money in his pocket and smiled softly. At least I can buy mom's medicine today. His mother was fighting cancer. The treatment was very expensive. Jack sang on the streets every evening after school to help keep the household running. One day, an announcement was made at school. Auditions for America's biggest music show, America's Rising Voice, were about to begin. The winner would receive $500,000, a major recording contract. His friends said, "Jack, you must go." But he didn't have the money for the audition fee or travel expenses to another city. He looked at his old guitar, the very guitar his late father had given him. He didn't want to sell it, but his mother's smile meant more to him than anything else in the world. The next day, with a heavy heart, he sold the guitar. With that money, he bought his audition ticket. On the day of the audition, thousands of people were standing in line. Some came with full production teams, others had expensive instruments. Jack was alone. The judge asked, "If you win, what is the first thing you'll do?" Jack answered without hesitation, "I will pay for my mother's treatment. I'll dream other dreams later." The entire hall fell silent. The music started. Jack sang an original song he had written for his mother. Tears rolled down his eyes as he sang, yet his voice only grew stronger. The song ended. For a few seconds, no one said a word. Then, the entire hall erupted in thunderous applause. All four judges stood up to give him a standing ovation. Jack went straight to the finals. 2 days before the final, a call came from the hospital. His mother's condition had suddenly worsened. The doctor said, "We need to operate immediately." Jack rushed to the hospital. He held his mother's hand and said, "I'm quitting the competition." His mother smiled and said, "If you give up today, then my illness wins. Go, and fulfill your dream." On the night of the final, all eyes across America were on that stage. Millions of people were watching live. Jack stepped onto the stage. He closed his eyes, and began singing the song he wrote for his mother. Every line touched the audience's hearts. There were tears in the crowd, and even the judges were deeply moved. When the time came for the results, the host announced, "The winner of America's Rising Voice 2026 is." For a few moments, the entire hall went dead silent. Then, the name echoed across the auditorium, Jack Anderson. Jack burst into tears. He picked up the trophy, but ran straight to the hospital. There, he placed the trophy in his mother's lap and said, "Mom, this victory is yours." His mother embraced him tightly. After the show, Jack's story went viral across the nation. Millions of people sent contributions for his mother's treatment. A few months later, she returned home completely cured. A year later, Jack was performing at one of the world's biggest concerts. His mother was sitting in the front row, smiling. Jack picked up the microphone and said, "Sometimes life forces us to lose everything, so that we can show the world how much courage we truly have inside us." And that night, the entire stadium stood on its feet, cheering for him.